It is comparable to what is being done in the US or UK or anywhere in the globe. So our quality of research has been, we had to choose people with the right mindset, right attitude and right technical acumen.
So, Dr. Satish, welcome to Pharma now. We had a good discussion before this interview. So, now I first wanted to go through your exciting journey of your career. I think that's also really fantastic. So, can you please start with your younger days, how you started this journey?
Yeah, so I was always fascinated with biology. So there are two things which human beings cannot conquer. Is one is space, the other one is human body and human mind. So always been fascinated about biology. So wanted to choose my career as biology only since childhood. Fortunately, God has been great. I got to work in the same field as well. So I did my undergrad, postgrad, everything in biology. I did my PhD in virology from one of Indian premier institute. And then I went for my postdoc in Singapore, which was in National University of Singapore under Singapore MIT Alliance. I was a postdoctoral fellow under MIT Alliance. And then that was on Parkinson's and Alzheimer's. And then moved from that area, I went to Chicago for my second postdoc. There I worked on virus-associated cancers. I was there for about 7 years, and in the last 2 years I was an assistant professor. And the main area of interest was on molecular virology, on working on host pathogen interaction, more on recombinant protein of produced from either a viral protein or a host protein, and looking at its interactions. So that was my main forte, and then subsequently wanted to move back to India. Always meaning, even though we were physically there, our mind was wanted to come back to India. Our heart was here only. So there's nothing like coming back to India. So our family also decided to move back. It was not an easy decision to move back, but wanted to anyway move back. The kids were to get accustomed for the kids is not that easy. But fortunately, by God's grace, everything worked out fine, and moved back to India. I've been working with Anthem for the last 14 years now. So I was primarily responsible for establishing the biologicals division, R&D division, and then gradually we are now into large-scale manufacturing of a lot of biologicals as well. And it's been an exciting journey. I've seen part of academia and part of industry as well. Close to, I would say that at least over 10 years in academia and 14 years in industry. So both have been very good to me.
That's what an inspiring journey, Dr. Satish. But I wanted to go back to the US days, right? So I can certainly say, coming back from US to India, it really required an escape velocity, right? So what was that escape velocity? How you got that escape velocity?
It was a tough decision, but one reason is now I think the globe has become very small. So you have everything, whatever is available in the US, in India itself. You can get everything in India, and the lifestyle, whatever you have there and here, are nearly comparable. So you do whatever you do there, and you do it here. I would say that you are more happier in India than in any other country where you were born. So I would still say that I love being in India. I felt that it might be a tougher jump coming from US to India, might be very tough, but it was not at all. First initial few months were a bit difficult, but after that it was very smooth, and I am very happy that I made this call. And number one being family support and everything. You want to be there with your parents when they grow old. That's also one of the reasons we come back. So I'm happy that I made that choice.
That's very interesting, Dr. Satish. One question coming in my mind from academia to running a 300 R&D scientist team. How this it and what is your experience? Means
Yeah, it was indeed challenging. The team initially when we set up in Anthem was very small. So we were only 10 people when we started this biology division. So we were primarily focusing on discovery biology, doing drug discovery. So I started off with the cloning, starting with, because of my expertise in cloning and protein expression and purification. My major focus was on generating recombinant clones in E. coli and Pichia and later in mammalian. But initially there were only 10 people. Slowly we built up the team. Now we have a very good team at Anthem who can take up challenges starting from generating a clone to processes which includes upstream process, downstream process, analytical method development, which top-notch research. I think we can, it is comparable to what is being done in the US or UK or anywhere in the globe. So our quality of research has been very good because of thanks to the team, and the team is also very good. We had to choose people with the right mindset, right attitude and right technical acumen, put them together, and many of the team members have been working with Anthem for a long time. So in biologicals, even though the division is at least, it was initially starting smaller, now we have people who have been working with us for more than 10 years with Anthem, some of them working for 7 or 8 years. So you need to create an environment where people would like to work, a very enjoyable atmosphere. We have been able to create that, and thanks to Anthem management, they've been very cooperative in creating this environment, and it has become possible because of that.
That's wonderful. So being talked to CRO in India right now. First, I wanted to understand what this all CRO is all about.
Yeah, that's I think good that you asked this question. I think contract research organization or contract manufacturing organization, CDMO or CRO. So there are some companies who would have only one piece of their work. What we do basically is, some clients come to us and say that I have a clone. I want you to, I made the complete clone, but I want you to develop a process using that. So they may not have the process capability, so we have the process capability as well. So we develop the upstream process, downstream process for them and give the product to them. After that, it is their call whether they want to take up and do analytical with that and market it beyond that. Some companies do come up for the entire package also. They say that I know I want to work, I have investment to make. I can make this much investment, but I want you to develop a clone for me and take this clone. This is a molecule which I already have identified the market. I want to sell this in this market, a US market or a Europe market. I want you to develop a clone and then make all the way from develop a process which is commercially viable, and everybody comes to India for cost effectiveness without compromising on quality. So that is what is our mantra. We say that we should get good quantity without compromising on quality. So these two, if you are able to meet, you can be very successful. So Anthem has been doing that very well, because we have grown from a very small organization to over 2,000 people in the organization now, because of this mantra wherein we don't compromise on quality with also being very cost effective. So as a CRO, we manufacture different pieces for any client. When they come to us and say that, okay, you make the entire thing, we do the clone development, process development, analytical method development, and give the clone to them, give the entire process to them. If they want to manufacture elsewhere, they can do it. But if they want to manufacture at Anthem, we are a one-stop shop wherein we can do end-to-end, starting from a vial, which is a clone, and all the way from testing, toxicity testing and release we can do. We have also started a clinical arm, so we'll be able to do clinical trials as well very soon.
So that was my question. So as a CRO, do you also assist companies in getting through the FDA approval with clinical trials and everything, or it is in your plan, right?
Yes, we do. Anthem has been audited by FDA 5 times now, and very successfully all the times we have been audited. Our quality systems are top notch, And one our biggest thing is 10 top 10 pharma companies, 6 of them are Anthem clients. We are manufacturing drugs for 6 top global companies, both in the US and Europe. For them, we are manufacturing the drugs. So we maintain that quality standards. Our quality systems are so tight that we are meeting all the specs that is required for FDA or EMA or ANVISA for different we have been regularly audited by multiple regulatory agencies, including Indian regulatory agencies, and we have come out successful in all the audits. So we do support our clients for filing in FDA.
Filing
in the US.
Really wonderful. So I always wondered about the influence of AI and right in the research area. So what is your point of view? So as a R&D area, how it is impacting you and how you are adopting AI and deep tech into the research area?
It is very important, and I would say that it's developing very well. AI ML is developing very well, but Anthem has been very fast in getting on the track. We have a very good IT and automation team at Anthem. Our for whatever you do now, quality is key. So for quality, there are something called as 21 CFR Part 11 compliance when you talk about for any of the product that you make. And usually for many of the equipments that we use at Anthem, we are completely integrated in, everything is automated. So our fermenters, for example, everything is DCS controlled. So sitting from home, you can monitor the parameters, but you cannot modify it. So, and everything is completely traceable. Data traceability and transparency is being possible because of AI's influence. So we have also been able to utilize it very well. So I think AI is very important going forward, and it will be very helpful in all the industries, especially in the biologicals fermentation.
And that's really nice. So I have a question here. As you are into very niche area of R&D, right? What do you think? What India has as a future in R&D as a whole, right? In a particular pharma area, because I know we are one of the less spenders in R&D. If I compare to South Korea, US, or Europe, right? We are hardly 1% spend on of our GDP on R&D fund. So being into R&D, what do you think? What do we have as a future in R&D domain?
Yes, that is true. India is being a very small spender in R&D, and now currently it is improving. It has drastically improved as opposed to maybe 10-15 years back what it was, and now it is improving. It's in the process of improving even further. The investment is less. I know that the amount of money that goes into R&D when compared to a manufacturing, when you manufacture a drug, you have a return on investment.